Hey everybody. So I just wanted to go over a few things before you guys write your introduction paragraph. I'm essentially just going to go over teaching you an introduction paragraph. So you're going to start off with, you're going to give me a little bit of background information about the prompt and about survival. So this doesn't mean you talk specifically about what they give up or anything like that. This is background information before you get to the topic. So I would talk about survival. Okay, the prompt asks you, what did Eli and Pi have to sacrifice in order to survive? And what is the significance of their sacrifice? So this is the focus of this is sacrifice in a survival situation. So the background needs to be about what it means, why people have to sacrifice things in survival situations. I wouldn't give examples from any other story. This is not where you give examples. This is just background information of what it means to survive and what it takes to survive. So I would just say something like, I would just say something about sacrifice and sometimes in situations in which people are forced to choose between their morals and survival. Morals are sometimes reduced and you end up not being able to follow the values you once had or something like that. I would include that information. And then I would say, move on to your thesis statement where you would say, for example, in the two texts, or actually, I wouldn't even say that. For example, Eli, Azel, and Pi both give up and we've already talked about their religious rites and rituals of eating, of their food eating habits. So both give up their religious rituals. So, for example, Lazel and Pi both give up their religious fasting and dieting rituals, as well as, and you can talk about anything really after this. You can say as well as their values, and you can go into more specific values after that. So you can say like Pi gives up his values of, following his religious rituals to a T, or he gives up his, his value of like not eating other people, his value of what else does he give up? He gives up so much. When you can talk about Eli and his survivor guilt, you can both say they have survivor guilt because they both outlive their families, they both outlive their fathers. Eli sees a boy being hanged and can't do anything about it. There's all sorts of things that happen that they both share, and you can make it general so that when you go to your actual essay, you can be specific. And now I really want to show you this specifically. So a lot of you had trouble with this. This is the only time you will write more than one sentence in one box. And that's because the background is just so, I don't want to give you two boxes and you guys feel like you only have to write two sentences. Like your introduction can have a little bit more fluidity. But your thesis sentence has to be one sentence. Everything else after that, each box has to be one sentence. So I'm going to finish this thesis statement example. So both give up their religious fasting, dieting rituals, as well as some of their values. Okay, so that means that the first paragraph will be about religious fasting and dieting rituals, because this is how a thesis statement works. You give your reason for your reason or your topic for paragraph 1, and then you give your reason or your example or your topic, for paragraph 2. I left it generic with the idea of values so that you can go into more specific, like they don't share the exact same values, so that you can be more specific in the individual chunks of your paragraph on which values they've had to sacrifice. All right, that's all I have for today. Good luck. And if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact me and let me know.